Hello everyone, this is Samuel from the Pioneer Library System, back with another video in our series on how to play chess. Today we're going to talk about threefold repetition. This is one of the ways that a game can end in a draw. So much like stalemate is when an opponent doesn't have any legal moves, threefold repetition is another way that a game can end in a draw. What this means is that when the same position with the same potential moves occurs 3 times, the game is drawn. So this can happen in any sequence. They can happen back to back to back to each other, or they can happen throughout the game. I'm going to show you some common examples and then some ways that it might look like a threefold repetition, but it is not. So this is a position from a 1979 game between Adrian and Tarjan, I believe. And so white here plays queen takes rook, delivering check. And so black plays the king out to f7. And then white delivers check again, the king moves back, white delivers the check again. And so this is the second time this position has occurred. So it occurred the first time after the queen took the rook here. So this position occurs, and then it occurs again. And at this point the players agree to a draw. This is another way that the game can end in a draw, is if you or your opponent offers a draw and the other player accepts it. But this is another way. And so here, if they had just kept playing, the king would have come back out to f7, queen check, king e8, queen d7, and that would be the third time this position has occurred. And this is maybe the most common way that threefold repetition happens. It's by what we call perpetual check. However, this is not a position from a game, though this position could arise. And let's say white plays what is a bad move, but they play king f1. And black plays queen d8. And then they play into this position again for a second time, and then a third time. But this is not a draw here because unlike the first position, in the latter two positions, the king can't castle. In the first position, the king can castle both king side and queen side. But in this position, because the king is moved, he can no longer castle. And so there are a different set of legal moves, potential legal moves, and so it's not a draw. And this also works with Ompassant. So if you have a position where a pawn moves 2 squares and it can be captured Ompassant, but it is not, then even if that position occurs 2 more times, it's not threefold repetition. And the third example here is from actually Bobby Fischer's World Championship match with Boris Baskey. So Boris Baskey played bishop g6 here, delivering check. And Spassky has a better position, and so he's trying to play for a win, and Fischer is trying to hold on for a draw here. So Fischer plays here, and so this is the position we're concerned about. So this position has occurred once, and now it's black to move. So the king moves in, check, king moves back, knight moves back, and now this is the second time this position has occurred, and it is black to move. So Spassky wants to avoid the threefold repetition. So he tries coming in again, moves the knight back, and then the king moves up, and then he moves the knight back in. And here Bobby Fischer claims a draw because this is the third time this position has occurred in the match. However, it is now white to move and not black to move. So it's not the same position with regards to the potential moves, because the potential moves are completely different, because now all the potential moves are white's potential moves, not black's potential moves. Boris Baskey didn't contest it and agreed to the draw, and so the game did end in a draw, but it wasn't an incorrect claim. So threefold repetition is when you have the same position occur 3 times in a game, and that there are the same set of potential legal moves for the player who is to move. And it has to be the same side as well. So anyway, that's threefold repetition. I hope that wasn't too confusing, and you are that much closer to learning how to play chess and get out there and play a game. Have a good one. See ya.